All right, well, welcome back. We're going to now record this, and we'll try to put it back up on YouTube later today. Again, apologies, as this Wi-Fi here is just horrible. Thought we had it fixed. So what did we miss? Not much. Still 2-1. Machine over Grand Forks. Grand Forks now holds it in the machine zone. Machine now moving left to right. Grand Forks tries to get a shot off there. Loose puck in front of the net. Trying to backhand in. Puck winds up behind the net. And now Bassoff tries to move it back up ice again. So you may not be, you won't be able to see it probably on the feed or on the channel, but we're now in the second period leading 2-1. And Fenstead shot fired off the pads. Fenstead back to Trojanovsky down low. Back to Fenstead again. Fenstead looking, shot, score! As a deflection, and Machine now find their third goal. On a deflection, Trojanovsky, Tristan from Wayzata finds the third. Now Fagerholt centers it for Grand Forks. Didn't have the angle. And Grand Forks now able to move it back into the machine zone. Gavin Winter there picks it up. We're looking over for Miles Leonard on the near side. Tucker Johnson there picks up the assignment and gets it poked away. Now Grand Forks brings it back up ice. Shot from the point. Oh, there it is. Easy. And Grand Forks finds the net for their second of the game. He had all day. Perfect spot. And that cuts the Machine lead to 1. Stewart over to Rink. Rink backhands it without looking where he's going. Now Trojanovsky alone fires a shot in wide right. Bassoff. Alexi now kicks it loose over on the half wall. Stark pinches in. Now it's a 2-on-1. And shot out of play. Now Stark flips it up, tries to clear the zone. He can't. Now Trojanovsky back behind his own net over to Crew Stewart. Crew looks back up ice again. Nobody there. Pathway block. Stark now muscles it over on the half wall. Shot wide right. Stewart now over under the near side corner again. Support by Trojanovsky. Back to the point. Shot deflected wide right. Stewart again, now Rink, back to Trojanovsky on a pick. Trojanovsky, oh, shot and a goal as the puck deflected up off the stick. and trickled right into the net. Lucky goal that is for Machine. And that's it for the Grand Forks goalie. We get a goalie change here with 11:09 on the clock. As Machine regains their 2-shot lead. Shot from the top of the slot. Nice pad save by Hillman. Now Winter picks up the puck. Back over to Cody Patton. Patton now backhands, tries to backhand it back out again. He's double teamed down low behind his own net. Alexi tries to put a little bit of pressure on. Back again. Machine now standing around as they did yesterday. Johnson tried to cross ice pass. He lost it. Now he comes back again. Back over to Fenstead. Fenstead moves up the ice. Loses the puck in the process. And Kaufman, number 3 for Grand Forks, brings it back up ice again. He beats Patton. He's got a shot over the top. Hits the post. Oh, and another shot wide left. Hillman still out of position. And now the Sioux get one back to close the lead to 1 again. With 10:01 left. This is what happened yesterday. Boys got out of position. They were getting beat around the outside. And they weren't hustling to the puck. Now Feckenhold again. Shot right off the draw and right into the logo on Hunter's jersey. Sioux able to win this one again. Shot crossed through the crease at about knee level. Nothing to do with that. And now Stewart again. Fighting for it. Banks it up to Thode along the far side. Still, Machine can't bring it back out. Struggling to clear it. Now Miles. Bank shot over to Trojanovsky. They can't clear it again. Giving these guys all the opportunity here right now. Shot and a glove save. That was wide anyways. As Machine couldn't get it back up the ice. Shot from the top of the circle, and Hunter decided just to headbutt the puck out of the way. I don't know if that's taught in class, all you goalie coaches. I don't know if that's the preferred method to save a puck. Seems pretty risky to me if I do say so myself. Again, Machine struggling to clear it out. Finally they do. Rink chases after it, picks up his own deflection. Now he's looking for some options, gets a caught and escape. Lackluster effort there to try to get a shot off. And now here come the Sioux again. They're dangling it in. Shot, big blocker save and rebound from Hillman. Stark loses his stick. Now Rink trying to find some speed. He can't. Now he gets caught down in the corner. Keep your speed up and continue the movement. Now puck back to the point. Shot by Patton on net. Rink takes himself off. We get a new Fenstead back in. And Patton now regrouping. Another behind the back pass, drop pass back to Fenstead again. Fenstead from the top of the circle shot. Puck is bouncing as Machine now struggling to get some quality shots. Now Johnson dumps it back down into Sioux zone. Max yelling from the bench to forecheck. Fenstead now back out. He gets the puck taken away from him. Sioux now back on the march, back up ice again. Stark tries to move him to the boards. He can't. Backhand shots. And, oh, they almost had it. Get up, Hunter. And Machine got away with that one. Is that going to be an ice? Is that going to be an ice? That is not an ice. As Leonard now streaks in, trying to put some pressure on. Puck back all the way up the ice again into the Machine zone. Basov there fights over on the far side. Winter now using his forearms. Puck sent through the crease. No Sioux player there to pick up the call. Now drop down behind the Machine net. Centered out front. They couldn't get a shot. Here comes shot. And deflected. Shot again. Wide. Again, shot by the point, and they get their own rebound. Winter didn't know where the puck went after it hit him in the back. Now the puck is loose again. Shot off the knee pads of Crew Stewart. Or shin pads, I should say. Now Thode back up ice, pushes it back out into the neutral zone. Sioux recombobulating themselves back in again. Kaufman tries to drop pass. Boy, I've seen more drop back passes here in the last 2 days than I saw all of this winter hockey. I'm not sure what must be a TikTok thing going on right now. For the life of me, I can't figure it out. These boys are just dropping it off, but there's nobody there on the receiving end. Both teams are doing it. Stark now battles for it over on the near far side corner. Trojanovsky now picks it up, moving it back out to Alexei Basov. Rink there, trying to look was trying to look for Rink. Now Basov to the center shot and stick save by the Sioux goaltender. Now back out to the point again. Shot again, deflecting. And Rink chases it into the corner. Very soft pass from behind the back of the net. And we're going to get a whistle at 4:20 left. And we're going to get a penalty on Grand Forks here. Didn't see what the call was. But even Machine now on their third power play of the game. Scored on their first two. Now Winter from the point. Rockets one in there off the pads of a Grand Forks player. Now back to the point again. Winter looking for options. Over to Basov at the hash marks. Basov again back to Winter. Winter deflection shot all the way over the back of the net, over to the near side. Now back to Patton at the point. Patton fires one in there right off the shin pads of a Sioux. Now Winter again picks it back up. Over to Alexei. Now Johnson, smallest one on the bench, back over to Winter. Winter back over to Patton. Patton can't hold on to it, just slaps at it with all his might. Foul ball. Fenstead now being a little patient. 1:14 left on the power play. Johnson back to Fenstead. Fenstead looking for someone out in the middle. Back to Patton. Over to Winter. Winter fires one in there, deflected. Fenstead just out of reach. Back out to Pavel again. Pavel fighting forward to the top of the circle, and now Sioux finally are able to get some momentum and bring it back up ice with 49 seconds left on the power play. Sioux again looking back up ice. Stewart there coming off the bench, able to pick it up, prevent a breakaway or a 1-on-0. Back to Leonard. Leonard takes it down, keeps his momentum, back centered out in front. There it is, shot. Oh, from Thode, and he couldn't connect. 5 seconds left on the power play, and that's going to do it. 2 for 3 on the power plays for today with 2:18 left to go in the second period. Back again to the point for the Sioux. They send it on net. Back again. Bouncing puck wide left. Sioux again try to pick it up from behind the machine net. Stewart pulls it away, still can't corral the puck in his skates. Now Sioux again, walking it in. No pressure. Back to the point. You'd think they were on a power play now. As Machine struggling to just get some outlet passes. As the Sioux still able to control the puck at will in the Machine zone with 1:22 left in the second. Boys are getting tired. They're one step behind on the acceleration front. Sioux again back to the point. Another fired shot. Everybody's ducking. Like it's an Iranian drone coming at them. Now, Machine able to clear it out to the neutral zone, but they need a shift change. They're trying to get a couple new players on the ice. Stark now again reverses direction. Just a soft pass back to Alexei. Now Alexei decides to send it back again. Now Bassoff able to connect. Finds his brother over on the far side. It's like the Kachucks or the Hugheses. Who knows? Maybe they're destined for the same outcome. Chances are, though, probably not. 17.4 seconds left in the second period. Machine still leading by 1, but just clinging to a one-shot lead here as the time and zone numbers are significantly skewing towards the Grand Forks benefit. Now Alexei Bassoff again tries to bring it back up ice, gets a nice poke check by Grand Forks. Rink now sends one back over to center ice, looking for Johnson. Johnson wasn't ready, and that'll do it. End of 2. Machine, like I said, clinging desperately by a thread to a one-shot lead. All right, welcome back. Just heard the machine on 3 chant, and we're going to start 15 more minutes. Where, like I said, machine holding on here. Need to find that leg strength. I don't know how they could be tired. They've just come off a winter of a lot of games and tournaments, playing 2 times a day pretty frequently. All right, Sioux now working to back up ice again. Big guy number 5, he clears everybody. Shot, ooh, quick shots. Oh, what a save by Hunter. As the crowd has given Hunter all the props they can give him. Trojanowski finally finds Fenstead. That's a tongue twister there. Fenstead down. That was a dramatic fall there. He stopped, dropped, and rolled. Now Stark from behind his own net over to Patton. Patton now. Nice pass, connects. And Alexi's loose. And the puck just goes a little bit in front of him. He lost it. And now puck back again. Stark over to Patton. Patton again, back over to Alexi. Alexi tries to pass again. He stops now. Patton, toe dragging everywhere. He gets bumped off the puck. Good hit. Now Rink, looking down at his stick. Over to Alexi again. Alexi circles back to Stark. Stark back to Rink. Rink tries to protect it. Back over to Patton. Now let's move it vertically, boys. Oh, and it's going to be an offside. They didn't call it. Maybe he got back in time. I don't know. Looked close to me. Now again, Sioux regroup. As Miles now looks cross ice. Big stick by another big North Dakota kid. Now Winter again, back over to Stewart. Stewart gets it popped away, centered shot, centered, there it is again. And the puck is loose, scramble in front, and Hunter playing much better today than he did yesterday. Now pass by Colton, looking for Pavel Basov. They can't connect. Now Sioux back in action, moving it back up ice. Winter now stick handles through a couple Grand Forks players. He takes it down low over on the far side corner. Thode still manages to get a shot off. Winter there up front tried to make contact with it. They couldn't. And now the Sioux just send it flying down ice. And that's an icing with 11:34. On the clock for the third period. Machine coming out, making better passes here in the third period. Sioux now got an odd man advantage here. Rush shot, wide left. I'm sorry, wide right. Now they're moving around the backside again. Shot, tried to go high, over the top. Sioux able to hold on to it. Now Fenstead with speed into the Sioux zone. He gets smothered and a chip out of play. At exactly the 11-minute mark, still 4-3 here. Long cross-ice pass. Patton snaps it back out of their zone. Sioux now send it back in. Stewart fans on a pass behind the net. Patton there now over to Rink. Rink picks it up. He softly chips it back up to Johnson. Now Thode picks it up in neutral zone, tries to send it up ice a little bit further. He can't. Stewart there for the backup. Continues the progress. Now Patton again tries to chip it back up. He gets it pulled away. And Sioux pull it again. Now they dump it back down to the far side corner. Johnson there to support. He gets it pulled away from himself by a gentleman twice his size. And Johnson again looking back up ice to Rink. Now Rink got to find the acceleration. Nice cross-ice pass to Colton. Colton fires one from the high slot. Nobody there to support. Glove save. Toivu under pressure. Sioux now able to pull it back right below us. They dump it back down on the near side corner. Backhand across behind Hunter. Winter now tries to bring it back up ice again. Oh, there it is, deflection, shot from the point as he sent it into the crease, and Hunter there to hold and to cover. Quick shot by Sioux off the face-off. There it is. Puck. Oh, it is. It did not go in. It was hanging there on the edge. Back to the point again. Get back in the position. Look out. Shot again. Puck's loose. Hunter, stay tuned. Stay in tune. Now Tyler Vingy. I'm going to call him Thingy. Back to Nash. Nash back looking for Colton Thode. Cross ice again. And now Sioux bringing it back up ice. Patton now put pressure on, put it over on the far side. Now Patton again tries to put pressure on. Rink playing up high. Who's got that guy? They're just sitting there. Are we on a power play? Guy coming in right through the slot. Nobody there picked him up. And now Vingy Thingy from New Prague. Back up into the Sioux zone. Machine on a switch. Shot right off the faceoff. There it is again. Shot. And Hunter with the logo save with 7:20 halfway through. No worries. Now we do a little line dancing over in the hash marks. And Johnson back up ice over to the near side. Trojanovsky drops it in behind the net. Oh, there it is. Puck was loose out front. Oh, and Trojanovsky almost had a I'm sorry, that was Alexi. Almost had a gift there. Now Stewart able to hold it again. 6:31 left. Johnson now pushes it back. Alexi over on the near side corner. Charlie comes in with a body, able to hold it. Puck now back again, down low. Johnson gets squashed like a bug on a windshield. Stewart there, now uses that big body again. Rink there to pick it back up. He pulls it out to the center. He now banks it off. Nobody in sight. He decided just to send that one flying. .55 left. Stark back to Stewart. Stewart back to Stark over on the far side. Stark now good pass over to Pavel Bassoff. Bassoff now needs to get back on it again. Moves it over to Thode. Thode now looking over in Miles' direction, leads him a little too far. Oh, nice pick off and aggressive move by Colton. Colton fires a shot in there wide right. From the top of the slot. Now Stark able to hold it again. Miles goes to work on it, and the Sioux able to pull it back out. Stark right into the wall from Edina. Toivu was on the Edina Green Squirt A team this last season. They were one of the top 5 or 6 teams in the league. Shot from the high point deflected over the top of the net by the Sioux. And now they send across ice from the dot. Circle, shot, score, tie game. Good puck movement there by North Dakota to tie it up with 4:46 on the clock. Now Machine needs to dig deep and get inspired to find that go-ahead goal as we're all knotted up. Approaching the waning minutes of Game 3 here. No bracket. We just have... we just play and they take the points at the end, and they're going to play a championship tomorrow. I'm not feeling very confident that Machine's going to be participating in that game. Now Sioux bring it all the way through. They're going to have the momentum. They feel it. They've tied it up. Coming back down by 2. Tristan over to Alexi. Alexi stick handles through, fires an easy shot in. Logo save, I call it, right in the gut. With 4:25 on the game clock. Just switched over to 12:01 noon here in Central Time Zone. I know we got some people interested out on the East Coast. 1 o'clock there. Masters Saturday, it's moving day at the Masters in Augusta. Nice weather, going to be windy and hot there this weekend. Watch that course just get completely parched. And we'll see if Rory can hold on to things here Saturday and Sunday. Shot, shot, score. And the Sioux now take the lead with 3:53 left. There's no give up. All right, Machine need to find some opportunity here. Let's work on moving the puck up the ice, north to south. Johnson behind the net, back to Rink. Rink loses it, now back to Patton. Patton, he almost lost it there. Rink again, now looking. North Dakota player loses a stick. Rink goes down on his knees. Now Thode comes in to support. Thode over the top of the net. And what are we going to get a call on here? Behind the play, did not see it. Someone's going to get a penalty, and it's going to be a North Dakota player. So now with 3:01 left, Machine, who's 2 for 3 on power plays tonight, or this morning, we're going to have a chance to tie it back up again. Who wants it? Stark at the point. Stark drop it back down. Pavel Basov tries to send it. And Toivu unable to hold it. Hunter over to the far side to Miles. Miles picks it up, looking for Alexi at center ice. Now Alexi back to Toivu again. Now Toivu brings it back up. He takes it down low, gets knocked off the puck. $1:22 left on the Machine power play. And again, the Sioux able to outskate. And they're a little bit faster again. .49 seconds left on the Machine power play. Winter now up the ice. Takes it to the near side. Loses it. Now is he going to put the second effort in? And again, Sioux able to just send it down ice. 34 seconds on the power play. Behind the net over to Thingy. Up to Fenstead. Fenstead now tried to pass, hits a skate, deflected. Now backhand pickup by Colton. Colton now to the top of the circle, back to Fenstead. Fenstead shot, looking for Tristan, and they can't connect. 11 seconds left on the power play. Alexi again, over to Patton. Patton over to Trojanovsky again. Trojanovsky fans on the shot. Fenstead loses his stick. And 1 minute remaining. 5-on-5 now. Trojanovsky works the puck down low. Fenstead also down low. Hunter off the ice. 6-on-5. And we get a puck. Now, is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? Open net, 36 seconds left. Patton. The time is now, boys. And everybody's just passing it around. 24 seconds. Crew now over to Fenstead. Fenstead curls, looking to the center. Johnson shot, wide left. 10 seconds left. Johnson again. Shot wide left again. Johnson shot again. Rebound, and that's it. Machine fall by 1. So they'll play tonight. I think it's at 6:10. Back at Woodbury. So we'll see you then. Machine fall again in their 3rd straight. They're in the opening tournament, 5-4. Again, lost steam at the end. Couldn't hold on. So they'll regroup here this afternoon, be back to fight again this afternoon. Till then, have a good afternoon. We'll see you then.